What is up, everybody? And welcome to the streams. Let me show you if that one. Hey, is this one? Nope, not that one. It's this one. There we go. Hey, everybody. As you guys can notice, I am going to be doing a comic book writing stream today. Just because I've had a couple ideas recently, and I kind of want to get back into writing again. So I figured, hey, why not? So, for those that didn't know, I had a poll up on my Twitter to see which comic we'd be working on today. So the choices were, there was Puretide, which is my fantasy D&D type comic, Harbinger, which is the sci-fi comic, and then also there is Gwen, which is a new comic I came up with pretty recently, which that one is, the idea is based around, there was a story in the news not long ago on Twitter that there's this girl in England who found a sword in a lake that supposedly was where King Arthur threw Excalibur. So I had this kind of cool idea of a girl who, she is a distant descendant of King Arthur, and she too finds her own Excalibur, and she has to kind of like fight off like demons and stuff like that. And I haven't fully fleshed it out yet, but I kind of just had an idea. But you guys all voted for Puretide, so let's start working on Puretide. Okay, so I have to actually double check this as well because I don't remember the last time I looked at this. Let me zoom in a bit. How's it look for you guys? I can zoom in, obviously, but I want to just make sure that it's not too big. Is that good? That should be good. Okay. 2 Transformers set she descended to Merlin. Oops, hashtag spoilers. I actually have not and really probably will never watch that movie because after they made the first one was good, second one was kind of good. I think the last Transformers movie I watched was Dark of the Moon, and like I remember watching it, but I don't remember anything about it, if that makes sense. Because I remember watching it like, what is happening? Like I don't even get this anymore. Dark Side sucked, yeah. Very Bay, much slow-mo, 4 on a scale of 10 for story. That sounds about right. The one after that with Marky Mark wasn't too terrible? Really? I'll have to check that out then. Okay, so, for those who don't remember, Puretide is a comic based off of the D&D campaign that I'm in. Not technically based off, but more of like a spin-off. So, for those who don't know, every Monday on the Dungeon Crawl Twitch channel, I stream my our D&D game, which is called Galatea. What? Galatea. There we go. And in that game, I play a water genasi named Zarn, who is a cleric. There's a couple of people. There is a halfling who she's a sorcerer, warlock, bard, and she's a fucking badass. There is a half-elf celestial warlock, which is kind of like a weird mix between paladin and warlock. And then we have a human rogue monk. Mark was in the new one. I knew, along with Sir Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, I did see that, and I actually did read I've read the synopsis of the Transformers, just because, like, I loved Transformers as a kid. And, like, I kind of was curious what it was about. I just have no interest in watching it, unfortunately. So, as I'm eating Ritz crackers like a fat ass. My idea for this comic, this takes place many years after our campaign ends, whenever it does end. And it is revolving around the kids of our characters. So, right now, the main characters, just as a refresher again, they have, I was bored AF and had it, so watched it. Yeah, I believe that. So, the first character is Marikir, who... Marikir is actually in the game right now, because Marikir is an NPC who is, right now in our campaign, he's about, like, 3 or 4 years old. He is he's the son of a tiefling woman who she runs a flower shop that Zarn first met her when he was buying flowers for his now fiance. So there's that. So I had this kind of like in my head backstory of during our time off, we had a 3-month break. So he went back and he's been kind of like helping out around the flower shop, and like he's kind of like Marikir's uncle. So there is Chrysella Patience Puretide, who is the daughter of my character Zarn and his fiance Sonnet, who's a tiefling. There is Ryder Cecilia Rosenlore, who is the daughter of one of the other characters in my game's characters. And then we have Stormrunner, who is a Minotaur Barbarian, and he is going to be... What? Yeah, he's the son of a character attached to my character's backstory. There is Raynon, who is a half-human, half-fire Genasi rogue. So, this character's kind of funny. What the fuck did I just say? This character is kind of funny. Because my character originally in his backstory, he was engaged once before, and she left because she didn't want to marry him. So he ran into her already in the campaign and kind of like moved on from there. So this is her son. And then the last one is Elspeth Goldleaf, which is the I think it's a daughter. I think this is a daughter of another character in our game. So let's see. We've got okay, so we did all this stuff so far. So we have the plot so far. We had is Marikir's the leader who brings them together because there's some big crisis, and the crisis is the return of the Skullsworn, which the Skullsworn are the minions of the big bad in our current campaign. So artifacts are going missing. No one believes Marikir that the skull is returning. For those who don't know, in our campaign, the grinning skull, is the god of premature death. So our group is basically trying to kill a god. So Marikir is trying to find kids of the original group of those who helped defeat the skull, which I'm going off the idea that in our campaign we beat the skull. So Marikir and Chrysella have been friends their whole lives because obviously they live in the town where Marikir lives in the town of Corellendil now, and that's where Zarn lives as well. So of course when Zarn has a kid, they're gonna stay in the same place. Ryder lives in Ravenhold, which is where John's character is. Ryder and Chrysella are born within days of each other, so because like the idea was that my character Zarn and John's character Garrick were pretty close during the campaign, so like they would probably keep in touch. So the one cool thing we had this idea was I wanted Chrysella to be a gunslinger, and the idea was that she's super fucking smart, like really smart, and her dad Zarn, my character, has blacksmithing skills. So I already had this idea that when he's done adventuring, he's going to retire and be a blacksmith. So she has this idea, and she kind of like accidentally invents guns. She's like, oh, like, well, what if we like did this to like project things really fast? And Zarn, being a fucking idiot, is like, ah, fuck it. All right, just don't tell your mom about it. So then we had this idea that Zarn makes the gun, and Chrysella's like, cool, and shoots it in the house, and like they're gonna be in the basement, so it goes up through the floor, and when they look up, Sonnet's head pokes. They're like, what the fuck is going on down there? Nothing. Best dad ever. I really can't imagine Zarn as a dad, because I really feel like it's just gonna be me as a dad. All right, so we had that little just funny thing. I want to work that in there somewhere. So what they've seen. So what the idea is that there's a bunch of different artifacts they're trying to hunt down. That is going to people think if they put them all together, they'll reincarnate the skull. So the idea we had was there's a gem, which would be the skull's eye. Bone staff, which is the skull's cranium, and the dagger and maybe the hilt is made of something called the skull's tooth. Still working that out. But when these different artifacts get put back together in one area, there's like a ritual that will then oh my god, what am I words? I lost a thought mid-sentence. Okay, so when they're put together and a ritual is performed, that will reincarnate the skull. So one of them goes missing at the local museum, and Marikir starts getting suspicious. So they go to the authorities. They go to Zarn, the person who like led the group that defeated the skull in the first place, and they're all like, no, like, you know, he's fine, like he's dead, never coming back. So then Marikir goes to Chrysella first. They go to find Ryder, and then from there they then recruit the rest of the group, which I think is really funny because I can't wait for them to have to recruit Raynon and be like, hey, your mom almost married my dad. It's like, wait, what? So the idea was Marikir is the brains of the group. Wait, that's wrong. Wait, Marikir. So, Chrysele's the brain. She's the fucking smart one. She's the brains. Marikir is the... Oh, wait, no. I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose. Okay, so Marikir's the smart one. Ryder is the one that's magical, you know, like magic. Stormrunner's the brawn, obviously. He's the beefy tank. And then Ray will be the sneaky one. And then I must have added Elspeth last. I'm going to keep Elspeth here because I'm not trying to work Elspeth in just yet, but I'll get to it. So, we need to think up our first story arc. We had the first story arc, which is trying to recover the items. So, let's start working that out. So we have story arc 1. Recover. Sorry, not recover. Investigate artifacts. And eventually have to recover items. Okay. Okay, that's good so far. Wow. Okay. So let's make this so we have issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4. So usually what my technique is so far, whenever I've designed my story arcs, I usually try to go around 5 issues per story arc. So that way you have your first one, which is leading up to it. Your second one is when things start to kind of go bad. Third is when shit really starts to hit the fan, like when shit hits the fan. 4 is dealing with the fallout, and then 5 is fixing it. So actually, let me do that right now. So, giving you guys an inside look into my process for when I design my story arcs. So, issue 1, of course, is your intro. Issue 2 is things start going wrong. Okay, that's not how you spell things. Issue 3 is shit hits fan. Okay. Issue 4 is fallout. Okay. And then issue 5 is resolution. Resolution. And then in parentheses, cliffhanger. Because who knows? Maybe it doesn't get resolved. What's up, Stepados? How you doing? Okay. So there's our things. So I think issue 1 is literally going to be getting the group together. Wait, did I not update it? I thought I updated it. I'm sorry. Update. That's weird. Okay, is it updated now? That's really weird. I could have sworn I hit update before I did anything today. Awesome. Oh, God, I'm not. Ah. Thank you for pointing that out, though. I would have never realized that, because I could have sworn I hit update. Okay, so getting the group together. Which that involves Marikir discovers artifacts going missing. I do. So Stepados, I've been writing comics for years. Ever since I was pretty much a little kid. And I got my first one illustrated about 3 or 4 years ago. I don't have the money to like publish them or get them all illustrated, but I don't know. I just kind of enjoy writing them. I mean, maybe someday I might do like a Kickstarter or something to like maybe get a whole series done. Because as of right now, I have the first issue of one of my other comics illustrated, completely illustrated, not colored, so it's just black and white. But I have the rest of the story arc written. So I have that full story arc written. I have at least 4 issues of another one written. And then now I have 3 that I'm kind of just brainstorming and getting stuff done. Although for one other one, Harbinger, which is one of the choices that I could have done today, I think I have maybe like half of the first issue done. I could be wrong. Okay, so, not mission, idiot. Okay, so Marikir discovers artifacts going missing. Um. Oh, thanks, man. Mercure discovers artifacts going missing. Okay, so somewhere in conversation, Zarn remarks that they... See, this is what I'm confused about, because the artifacts that I made are things that, if they're put together, would summon back the grinning skull, which is the major big bad. But I feel like if Zarn's the one that killed him, and these things start going missing, I feel like he'd be like, nope, I got it. Okay. That they all belonged to the grinning skull. So Merrick here pushes him to do something, and then Zarn's gonna say, like, he's already been defeated. They are just robberies, nothing more. Okay. So, what I might do... I got a better idea. Okay, so stuff's going to start getting stolen, but it's not like they're stealing just one artifact. They're stealing a bunch of things, and that's one of the things that goes along with it. So Merrick here is going to be the one who finds the pattern. Okay. Alright, cool. Okay, so then Merrick here, finds Chrysilla. Is that how I spelled it, right? Chrysilla. Finds Chrysilla and tells him her plan, tells her his plan to try and stop this. Okay. Ooh, I had to grow. Okay, so the two of them stake. Is that how you supposed to stake out? Stake out the museum and see a few cultists break in. Try to break in. Okay, try to break in. They confront them and get beat up before City Watch arrives. Okay. So that way they'll see that someone is trying to break in. They'll try to stop them. They probably get a little bit beat up, but then the City Watch shows up, clears everything up, which, by the way, Chrysilla's mom is in the City Watch, so she's going to be super pissed about it. End up yelling at Zarn, because everyone fucking yells at Zarn. Sorry, I'm eating a lot of Ritz crackers because I'm fat. No, it's so super fucking delicious too. Is that today? No. Okay. All right. So. After encounter, Merrick here doesn't want to give up and persuades Chrysilla to come with him to gather up people to help him stop the Grinning Skull. Cool. Doesn't. Here we go. Perfect. Aha! Okay. There's a human. Okay. So, the Grinning Skull in our main campaign is the god of premature death. We haven't actually seen him, so we don't know, like, what his physical size is. I I'm just assuming that, like, I'm just assuming that these artifacts come together with some in the grinning skull. Like, the grinning skull is not like a physical, like, skull that floats around, which he might be, who knows. But I'm playing it off as him being, like, this, like, spirit instead. Like, he'll manifest himself as a skull, but he's not, like, just a gigantic fucking, like, beholder skull that just, like, floats around. Well, maybe he is. Who knows? See, I want to ask my DM, but, like, I also don't, because I don't want to get too much information out of game, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, after that, so then, both decide to go to Ravenhold. Ooh, excuse me. Both decide to go to Ravenhold to find Ryder and ask her for help. Okay. So something's gonna happen. So while in Ravenhold, they are attacked by more Skullsworn. Okay, so now, ooh, this is good. This is real good. So what I might start doing, a little like subplot, is when they start trying to like fight the Skullsworn and try to take back the artifacts, they realize who they are, and they realize that their parents were like these like legendary heroes. So they can't touch their parents, but they're gonna try and fuck them up and kill them. So when they arrive, oh, that's perfect. Yeah, okay. So when they arrive, they're attacked by Skullsworn, and one of them tells them that they're here to kill Ryder. And that's what gets Ryder... Yes, perfect. And that's what gets Ryder to join them. Okay. They are attacked by more Skullsworn, and after the battle, Marikir... Spell it right, please. Marikir interrogates one, and with... Interrogates one with Chrysella's help. Cultist admits they are there to kill Ryder to throw them off their scent. Cool. Bam. Based off the little bit I've heard, for the big bad evil, it could be an ancient Lich King. 3 pieces, the skull, eye gems, and the dagger, which is part of the vertebrae that attaches the skull and resurrects it. Just my 2 cents. Sorry, I'm not telling. No, not at all. I'm just basing this off of what's already... Because this story is a spin-off of our D&D campaign. And the gems could even be gemstones and rings. Oh, excuse me. That's interesting. No, I do like it, though. That's still a pretty good idea. Oh, actually, Glaive... Okay, Glaive, you just gave me a fucking great idea. Okay, so here's the deal. Fuck, I just lost it. No, I didn't. Okay, so... Here's one thing. So, the cultists are not actually trying to resurrect the Grinning Skull. They are trying to bring back one of his lieutenants. I cannot fucking spell lieutenant to save my life. There it is. Bring back his lieutenant, which I need to come up with a name for that. And they need parts of the skull to bring him back. Okay. So, Bone Lich. So he's going to look like a Bone Lich. Oh, what's up, Will? Alright, so now I just need a cool name for, like, a big bad guy who is now, like, a Bone Lich. Bone Lich. Oh my god. I just had a really cool idea too. So, one thing I do a lot as well when I'm writing, either if I'm writing comics or writing anything, if you guys have noticed, I'm kind of scatterbrained with the way I've kind of planned things out. But a lot of times I think of like scenes in my head and I try to find ways to incorporate those scenes. So now I had this really cool idea of Priscilla arriving in Ravenhold, and when they get into a fight, she's not trying to use her gun because like guns are fucking loud and like there's not a lot of guns in the area in this world. So I'm like, oh fuck it, and she just shoots the gun and it cuts to Ryder in the castle, and in the distance you hear like like a gunshot. She goes, oh god damn it, and just runs out. I actually like that. I'm gonna add that. Okay. Ryder is in castle, studying her magic. Nerd. While Marikir and Chrysella are fighting. Let me just add this to the fucking dictionary. Bam. Get that out of the way. Okay. Add Ravenhold. Add Skullsworn. Because that just fucking annoys me so much. Alright, so. While they're fighting. When Chrysella finally... Not Chrysella. Finally uses her gun. So it'd be like immediate... Ryder can hear it and runs out of the castle to find her. Alright, cool. I like that idea. It's pretty cool. Eat some more Ritz crackers because I'm fat. Okay. I'm trying to find a way to make sure I have everything condensed into this one issue. But the good thing is, at least for the travel parts, that can be like 1 or 2 panels. It's not going to take up like a whole page or two. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I know what to do now. So Ryder arrives after the interrogation. Okay. Marikir explains the plan and asks Ryder to join them. Okay. Ryder accepts. And they okay, so now where are they gonna go from there? So she accepts. Perfect. Okay, Ryder accepts, and they know that another artifact is being held in. Now, give me a second because I have to actually look the spelling up for this. I don't have this on my map, do I? Hold on. Do I have... Shit, I don't. Okay, never mind then. So they're, I forgot how to spell fucking law on the radar. Damn it. Pastor Archon, some sort of title because his real name was his weakness. Vulcan, Deceiver, Creel. Ooh. I like that. Names aren't my strong. No problem at all. Yeah. I love Archon. I love that name so much, but I know it's been used in so many other things. You know what, let's do this. Let's cheat. Let's use Google. So big bad or villain title name generator. Just super villain name title. Let's do this one. Let's figure this fucking out. Supervillain name generator. Let's start using supervillains and see what we got here. Oh god, this fucking website. This website's so shitty sometimes. wait a minute. I just Archon is Greek for ruler. Yeah, I still fucking I love that fucking name. I really do. But I had a really great idea. Okay, so they're bringing back a lieutenant of the Grinning Skull. So the Grinning Skull's minions in our campaign now are known as the Skull Sworn. So what I might do is I'm going to invent something here for a second. So lieutenants are called breakers. Because like bones, breaking bones. So they're called breakers. So maybe I might do, he'll be Breaker and then his name. But what he uses real name? He uses a fake name. That's what I gotta think of. Breaker Vaughn. But see, all right, if it's that's Van Breaker, but it's Vaughn. If I was trying to write Vaughn, would I use VAN or would I use something different? Maybe 2 A's. If it's two, what do you guys think? If I'm trying to make the name Vaughn, should I go 2 A's? Vaughn. Yeah, no, I could go with Vaughn, but I'm... VH. Thank you. Gonna sneeze. Okay. So, Breaker Vaughn. That's much better. And also, hello, Sephrons. Thank you. Okay, Breaker Vaughn. I like that. Cool. So, Breaker Vaughn is one of his lieutenants that are trying to bring back. Ooh, wait. What if they have to keep gathering up different magical artifacts, not necessarily ones related to the skull? So we can probably get rid of this stuff, but they're trying to get back magical artifacts to resurrect all of his lieutenants. It was like 4 of them. So like eventually, like they resurrect like 1, so that guy's chasing them for a while. I'm having ideas, but they're very scattered, so I'm trying to nail them all down. Actually, no, this is fine. This works. So the first story arc is them trying to bring back Breaker Vaughn, and Vaughn is the most powerful of the breakers. So if they bring him back, which they probably will at the very end, they'll probably end up bringing him back. Suit of armor, bracer, sword, shield, necklace, amulet. Okay, yeah. Ooh, shit. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I just got an idea. Okay. Get rid of the 3 artifacts. Get rid of those. We're done. Get out of here. Okay. Cultists are gathering magical armors. In the breaker armor. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So maybe on display in these museums is the armor of the breakers. And they've been scattered around the world because they never want the whole suit of armor to be together in one place. So the cultists, they need okay, I got it. I know what to do. Okay. So let's get rid of this part because the skull's eye is no longer a thing. Okay. So breaker armor is the armor of the breakers. The LTs of the Grinning Skull, which has been split apart and scattered across the land. Separated with what could just be cursed items that grant powers and abilities, but combined they can resurrect evil bitches. Okay, yes, I like that. So, scattered across the land. Oh, shit. Some are in museums. Some are owned by black market collectors. Some are being used by... we'll just say evil dudes. Okay, so, that's great. So, bits and pieces of the armor, of the different sets of armors, are all around the world. So, some of them are in museums, so they're breaking in. Other ones, like, there's different collectors that have them that are being assassinated. And then some of them, like, just straight up evil dudes, like dictators around the world, or someone, they have, like, bandit kings or whatever, they have bits of the armor and they're using it. So each of them is definitely going to be a cursed item that grants you like more strength or something like that. Maybe one is sort of cursed as in you have, if you have it, you start hearing a voice in your head or strange dreams, yet you cannot tell anyone about what is happening. That's a fucking great idea. Okay. One of the items speaks to you in your dreams, but you cannot tell about it because of the curse. That would be really fucking cool if one of the main characters got that piece of armor and started trying to use it, and like they had these voices but they couldn't tell anybody. So everyone's like, oh yeah, we gotta get the Red Lessons armor, it's totally evil. Yeah, totally evil, guys. In their head like, fuck. I like that. That's a really fucking cool idea. Thanks, Sephrons. Okay. Nice. Okay, so I'll probably start going into what each of the items do. Most of them might just be basic things like in D&D terms, like there'll be like a shield +1, sword +2, something like that. But they're all cursed, obviously, and then when they're put together, you can resurrect the breakers. Ooh. I like that, Clave. Can cause hallucinations that make you see as black shadows. Okay. God, you guys are fucking good idea machines. Okay, so souls and memories are trapped in the armor. Actually, that makes sense. So in our campaign now, the Grinning Skull, one of the big things about the Grinning Skull is the fact that it steals your soul after you die, if you die of premature death. So that would make sense. So these guys who are like pledging themselves to the skull to get more power, he'll be like, all right, give me your fucking soul. And like he takes their souls and puts it in the armors. So they're more powerful, but they have no soul anymore. I love it. Bam. Okay. Okay. So that's even better. So then this would make more sense then. So so Merrick here discovers that around the land breaker artifacts are going missing. Okay. Somewhere in conversations on. Okay, so I can get rid of that then because we don't need to know about the Grinning Skull anymore. So, Merrick here discovers that. Let's get rid of around the land. Merrick here discovers breaker artifacts are going missing. So Merrick here has all the knowledge of the characters in the game now because he's already alive and Zarn would have told him everything. So discovers breaker artifacts are going missing. Talks to Zarn about it. Okay. Talks to Zarn about it. Zarn is not convinced. Okay, this actually makes more sense because I feel like if they were like Grinning Skull artifacts, Zarn would be like, all right, well, this is fucking serious. But if they're just breaker armor, he'd be like, all right, like people wear this shit all over the place. Like no one like, it's just robbers. Like we'll get it back. Like he's not worried about it, but like he's not thinking that when they get all put together, they can summon the breakers. I love it. I love it. I'm so good at coming up with ideas with chat because chat always helps me do stuff. Okay. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm sorry. I'm freaking out because I'm getting so many better ideas. So, instead of them showing up to Ravenhold and then the Skullsworn are trying to kill Ryder because the kids, Ryder's really fucking smart. So maybe they're going for Ryder because Ryder knows where the armor is. Because she studied up. Yep. That's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. to help him to help the group. Okay, both decide to go to Ravenhold and find. Okay, so they're going to Ravenhold for the same thing because Ryder's really so going. Okay, to find Ryder and get her and ask her for help. So Ron and Ravenhold, they're attacked by Skullsworn at the battle. Cultists. Okay, they are there to kidnap Ryder and use her for her knowledge of the sets of armor. Okay, cool. So this way, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm thinking I'm gonna make there's okay. Breakers are skulls. Are grinning skulls highest rank followers. There's 4 of them. So that way now we can have like, so it's 4 sets of armor. That's breastplate, helmet, gauntlets, boots. So at least maybe 5. That's 20 different items. That's okay. That's much better. I think I'd rather have them dealing with trying to track down like 20 items than just 3. Because, like, if you notice, by the time, like, one of them gets stolen, I'm like, oh, it's stolen. But then by the time the second one gets stolen, like, it's a little bit too late. But at least with 20, you'd be like, shit, 10 of these things just got fucking stolen. Like, that's getting fucking weird. And then you can try, okay. Yeah, coming up with ideas. Okay. So, okay, so now they... Cultists admit they're there to kidnap Ryder and use her for her knowledge of the sets of armor. So Marikir explains the plan, asks Ryder to join them. Ryder accepts, and they go to her library to research the breakers. Okay. Alright, I think that might be issue 1, kind of. Yeah. Okay. So, is that the... If we go back one more thing? No. So issue ending is... So the way the issue is going to end is... Skullsworn meet to discuss the rising threat of Marikir's group. Okay, add the dictionary. Afterwards, leader leaves discussion and puts on a helmet. So he puts on a helmet that belongs to, puts on a breaker helmet. So I'll put it, so I'll know, the reader will actually, will the reader know? Yeah, the reader will probably know it's a breaker helmet. And the image of Vaughn appears and intimidates him to find the rest of the armor. Okay, ends with shot of 4. Anybody know what is that thing called where you put your armor on it? Like it's a thing in Minecraft, but it's a thing in real life. I guess armor stand, is that the word I'm looking for? Like just an armor stand? I'm saying armor stand. 4 armor stands with varying pieces of armor on them. None are full sets. Okay. Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, that makes sense then, because there's going to be 4 different sets, so each set corresponds to a different breaker. And Vaughn, obviously... So, oh, yeah! So that dude has Vaughn's helmet. So they're trying to find Vaughn's armor, and they keep finding the other ones, and Vaughn's like, I don't fucking care about these other dudes, find my armor. Yes! I love it. He has found Vaughn's helmet and can speak with him. Vaughn only wants his armor found. Doesn't care about the other breakers. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So the last couple pages are going to be, so they're meeting to discuss, they're talking about Merrick here, talking about the group, like, oh my god, people coming against us, okay. And then when he leaves, puts the helmet on. As the helmet comes on, like a smoky shadow shows up and starts intimidating, like, oh, if you can't do this, like, I'll find someone else who can, blah, 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 blah. And then, you, obviously, this is for my, this part right here, this is for me. So I know for later on in the story. But he's going to have, it's Vaughn's helmet, so that's why he can speak with Vaughn. And they're trying to find Vaughn's armor, and then they keep finding other parts of other armors. Are you going to have it so that you are attuned to one part, you get a compulsion? Yes! That's exactly it. Perfect. So he has Vaughn's helmet. So I think it'd be kind of cool if the breaker armor can sense other breaker armor, but it doesn't necessarily, you don't know if it's from the same set. So like he's finding other armors, other pieces of fucking words. He's finding pieces of the other bits of armor, but it's not Vaughn's. So like he wants to, like Vaughn wants his armor found so he can be brought back. And then the more you get attuned, so this guy, whoever the leader is, I'll come up with a name for him in a second. Insert name. The more armor he finds and he keeps trying to use, the more all he cares about is finding Vaughn's armor. Which is going to be kind of funny too, because there's going to be a weird, I think it might be a little subplot, like a struggle between whatever the leader is. Like, he wants Vaughn's armor for the power, but Vaughn needs it to be resurrected. So, like, he may even try to, like, sabotage it, and, like, Vaughn doesn't even come back, and, like, he's in Vaughn's... I don't know. That'd be kind of cool, actually. I have to think more about that. Like I said, if you guys notice, whenever I have my other videos of me doing this up on YouTube, I ramble a lot. So, half the time I do this is because I want all my ideas in one spot. So, if I'm like, wait, what was I talking about again? I can go back and then double check it. So, yeah. Just an idea. Okay. I feel like that's a pretty good summary for issue 1. I think. So issue 1 is going to be just Merrick here, Cristela, and Ryder. The other ones won't pop in until later. And then by the time issue 5 pops around, they'll be like a fully fledged team. Okay, so let's think of a title, by the way. A title for issue 1. So I'm trying to think also of a title for issue 1 and a title for the first story arc. So I had a really funny idea for the story arc title, but I think it's too silly to be like serious. So the first story arc could be called "You Break It, You Buy It." I cracked myself up. Man, I'm the funniest person I know. Alright, so issue 1. Ooh, actually. Break-ins. Boom. There's the first issue. Break-ins. Oh my god. I regret nothing, Becca. I regret nothing. I do kind of regret that. Alright, so issue 1 will be break-ins. The first story arc is breaking skulls. I like that, actually. Fuck it, yeah. First story arc, breaking skulls. Oh my god, I'm such a nerd. I hate myself. Alright, so now we have issue 2. Okay. Also, you know what I really want to do right now? Let me just change my music for a second because I want to feel inspired. And like I just feel like right now I'm not. There we go. Okay. Okay, so issue 2. So the first issue is them getting together, and it's gonna end with them basically doing research. Okay, so issue 2. So it picks up 3 days later. Group still researching. Group still researching about the armors. Is there going to be a crazed hermit who talks in the third person? Well, now. I just had a cool idea. Okay, so 4 armors. So, so there's going to be 2 male, 2 female armors. Vaughn's is normal sized. There is 1 Minotaur sized, because that's going to come into play later. Armor. Elvish sized. And okay, so well, all right, so okay, so that's better. So what I want to do, so it's a 4 armor. So there's 2 male, 2 female. No one expects the gnome. I kind of want to make one a gnome. I'm not even kidding. I really... Fuck it. I'm doing it. Yep. I'm making one a gnome. 1 gnome. 1 gnome. 1... actually, fuck elves. I hate elves. 1 dragonborn sized. Alright, so we've got... These fucking breakers are ridiculous. Got a human... a Minotaur, a gnome, and a dragonborn. Just like, boom, 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 boop. Oh my god, I'm so happy about this now. There's gonna be a fucking gnome breaker. I love it. Alright, so, groups are researching about the armors. I gotta come up with names for the different breakers, by the way, because that's make it a little bit easier. Actually, let's do that right now. So, 1 Minotaur-sized armor, so... Hold on, let me go back up to where it says the 4 breakers. 4 of them. So there's Vaughn, who was a human. Someone who is a Minotaur. Gnome. Dragonborn. Okay, so... the Minotaur... So, the 2 men are going to be the human and the gnome. And the Minotaur and the Dragonborn are going to be the women. How should I make the... The Minotaur is... Alright, so the Minotaur is a female. I know that one's how I'm going to work that. And the gnome and the Dragonborn, I'll decide that in a second. So, I need a name for a Minotaur. So, at least in this campaign, the Minotaurs seem to be named after... I don't... Wait, is that just me that did that? Or is that... the actual campaign? I gotta double check. I need a cool, evil Minotaur sounding name. Ooh. Karnak. That sounds like a dude, though. That'll be... Okay, Karnak will be the Dragonborn. I need an evil-sounding lady name. Actually, hold on. Can I look up Minotaur name generator? Minotaur name generator! Activate! Okay, here we go. Minotaur name generator. Female names. Ironheart. That's kind of cool, actually. Swiftbane. Rugged Heart. Brave Fury. Iron Runner. I'm not even looking at these first names. I love the last names. So I'm trying to find a good last name. Steel Runner, that's not bad. Boulder Fist. Boulder Fist. That is fucking all. Yep, okay. Breaker Boulder Fist. That's fucking cool as shit. Okay. So Boulder Fist. And then, sorry, I'm getting, my phone is doing things. It's doing things I don't like. Garthak, Grogcar, those aren't bad. So that, and that's the thing too, like, I know, with Minotaurs, I don't really use the first names that much. Like, for instance, the way our campaign started was our DM said, write your backstory and include at least 3 characters your PC knows. Which, by the way, that's a fucking amazing idea. So each one of us in our game has 3 characters that, like, shaped our backstory. And he's been weaving them in and out ever since. So, for Zarn, one of the key characters in his backstory was a Minotaur ship captain named Thunderfist. And Thunderfist was the captain of the ship that he served on when he was living as a pirate. So, and Stormrunner, that's actually Thunderfist's son. Which they're going to run into him in the 2nd issue. Which I think is pretty cool. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to get rid of that one. Okay. Yeah, get rid of that too. Okay. Why did I just do that? That was fucking weird. Okay, so still reaching about the armors. Turn this on. All right, so still researching about the armors. Ryder finds mention of sightings of parts. There's a lot of ofs. Finds mention of Boulder Fist's gauntlet. Boulder Fist gauntlets, which had been seen not long ago. Okay. So messages say said they were being used by a Minotaur pirate. Which this is how we meet Stormrunner. He has the fucking gauntlet. So Boulder Fist is in his fucking head. Oh my god! Such a good idea! I love it! I also love how I'm raving about my own ideas when I feel like you guys can be at home like, that idea sucks. You're a piece of shit. No, I'm not. I'm really cool. Alright, they were being used by a Minotaur pirate in the south, near Dragonix. So Dragonix is a town. You know what I gotta do? I gotta do this. I gotta bring up this map, so you guys have a good idea of what I'm working with. If you know what I'm saying. Alright, Google Drive, D&D, Galatea. Map. Okay, so this right here, this is the map of Galatea. So Corellendale is up here. This is where we start. So Marikir and Chrysilla live here. They are then going to go to Ravenhold, which is where Ryder lives, and they are reading. Oh fuck, Moriand, not fucking Dragonix. Dragonix is down here. So near Moriand. Moriand or Moriand? Moriand. Okay, so messages say they're being used by a Minotaur pirate in the south near Moriand. Group decides to head in that direction to find any more leads. What is happening? Why? Oh. Okay, no thank you. I don't want to add you on LinkedIn. God, these fucking people I haven't fucking worked with in like 5 years. Like, hey, add me on LinkedIn. No, I didn't like you then. Don't like you now. All right. I have to find any more leads. Okay. Group heads to. Actually, let me organize this a little bit better. So, getting the group together. No, that's fine. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk. Picks up 3 days later, researching about the armors. So, finds mentions of Boulder Fist gauntlets. Group heads to Moriand. Group heads to Moriand, where they hear about an undefeated gladiator in the Moriand fighting pits. Which that is a thing. There are fighting pits in Moriand. We fought there in one of our sessions. All right. They hear about an undefeated gladiator in the Moriand fighting pits. Undefeated Minotaur gladiator. Okay, so gladiator is Stormrunner. Group watches Stormrunner decimate another fighter and tries to approach him after the fight. Okay. When they introduce themselves, Stormrunner is drunk. So, here's the cool idea I had. So I think we all agreed that it's pretty sweet to, that when you have the armor, you hear the voices and you're compelled to get the armor complete. So I had this idea that Stormrunner has these gauntlets which make him stronger, but he's constantly drunk because he's trying to drown out the voice in his own head. I like it. Stormrunner is drunk and acts standoffish. Once Chrysella introduces herself, he realizes she is Zarn's daughter, and that I just had a really fucking great idea. So as of right now, Thunderfist in our current campaign, Thunderfist is like Zarn's best friend, and Thunderfist is currently trying to become leader of the Minotaur pirate fleets. So I had this cool idea that like if Thunderfist dies, his last request to his son is watch over Zarn's family, because that's exactly, yep, that she is Zarn's daughter, and that his father's last request for him before he died was to watch over Zarn's family. There's a lot of good in that family. Maybe it's time we got some too. Okay. So, and one of the things I did in my backstory is I had the idea that Zarn was a pirate, and Zarn loved the pirate lifestyle. Like, Zarn wasn't always the best person. But Thunderfist knew he was a good person. And he knew... So, like, right now, my cleric is chaotic good. But Thunderfist wanted him to not get caught up in their pirate lifestyle. So Thunderfist actually made him leave the ship. And was like, you're better than us. Don't become us. Like, live your own life. So I had this idea now that as Thunderfist is dying, he realizes, like, his life is full of, like, being a pirate and killing people and all this stuff. So he wants his son to not live the same life as him. So now I'm going to, like, all these fucking subplots. Like, this is how my mind works. So I had this idea that now what Thunderfist is going to do is he tells his son to go protect Zarn's family, because he says there's a lot of good in that family. Maybe it's time we got some of that too. So he wants to send him to protect Zarn's family as a way to try to, like, make his son better than he was. Just an idea. Okay. Let's put this on. I feel like that's another music. Bam. Pump up music as we write. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Damn it, I'm out of water. Son of a bitch! Alright, so. Next, standoffish. Once Priscilla introduces herself, he realizes she is Zarn's daughter and his family's on crust. He pledges himself to keep her safe. Priscilla is very unnerved by this. But Marikir is happy to have the help. Okay. Group also realizes that Stormrunner is wearing Boulder Fist's gauntlets. And they try to get him to give them to... that doesn't make sense. So group also realizes the Stormrunner is wearing Boulder Fist gauntlets. When they ask him to give them the gauntlets, he tells them he can't take them off. And the reason he can't take it off is the gauntlets sense Stormrunner's strength and don't want to be taken. Ooh, I had another pretty crazy idea here too. So the idea is that I have Stormrunner is going to be drunk a whole lot because he's trying to drown out Boulder Fist's voice in his head. But what if... Oh, what's up, Andy? What if eventually, maybe he brings Boulder Fist around? Like, Boulder Fist was a breaker who wants to, wants to actually, end, I gotta figure out what the breakers actually want. Like, she wants to be brought back, but, what if, through the fighting, Stormrunner just, wears her down, and she's like, alright, fuck this, I'll help you. I don't know, that'd be kind of a cool idea. What does the chat thinketh? What do you think? Tell me my ideas are awesome! That's why you're here. Chat is here to make me feel better. You're not. You're here because I love you guys, and I love that you just respect me. So, if you want to send an email address to Discord or something, I have a key to the software. Oh, seriously? Oh, shit. Wow, thanks, man. Actually, let me do that right now. Let me give you my business email. It's actually not my business email. It's just literally my email. There you go, Andy. Sent it to yous. Did I never fucking... God damn it. I just realized I did not actually post that I went live. Why am I so dumb? Alright, hold on. I cannot believe I really did not post this whole time. I'm like, oh, what do I know? It showed up because I'm a fucking idiot. That's why. There we go. Christ. So dumb. So fucking dumb. Oh, thank you, Becca. Oh, thanks, man. Well, on the bright side, as I say this, it'll probably fuck up. But OBS seems to be working fine now. So I think last night it may have been a combination of OBS and Arc. And something between the two just was not working out. Because it seems to be fine now. Fingers crossed. It seems to be fine. And so for those who are wondering what Andy's talking about, for some reason, the past couple times I've tried to stream Arc, my OBS will say that I'm still, like, on the button it'll say, like, I'm still streaming. It says I'm still live. But then on Twitch, I'm offline. So I don't know what's happening. Like, it's still streaming, but I just don't know where it's going. So I don't know if it's a ARC issue, if it's an OBS issue, if it's a Twitch issue. Maybe the Breaker Minotaur was some sort of bloodthirsty berserker, so it was that they go with the party emotions and bloodshed. Ah, all right. Let me just copy and paste that. Let me just copy that. I can't wait to pretend these ideas are all mine. Kidding! Kidding! Alright, there we go. We are the hunters. We are the hunters. Okay. So, yeah, so Boulder Fist was a berserker. Berserk. Oh, there's no Z? Why do I think there's a fucking Z there? Was a berserker who realizes that with Stormrunner, she has the best chance to kill and to regain her armor. Perfect. Actually, what would be a pretty cool dynamic is if, on both sides, whether it's on this side with Boulder Fist and on the other side with Varn, if they want to destroy the other sets of armors because they don't want the other breakers coming back to life too. So that'd be kind of a cool dynamic. I like it. I like it. Okay, so to regain her armor. Okay. So the next day, the group is attacked. The next day, the group Oz, fucking idiot. The group is attacked by more cultists who are trying to steal Stormrunner's gauntlets. Maybe the more breakers that are revived, less that. Oh, that's God, Sephrons, you are so good at this. Okay, I love that idea. Yes. Okay, so the more breakers that are brought back, the less power they have. So like they all share the same power. And that would make sense too, because now when they were alive, that would make sense, because that way the Grinning Skull, being the big bad of our current campaign, if this was true, then his breakers are always kind of like at each other's throats because they want the other one to die so they can get themselves more power. Oh, you know what it reminds me of? Reminds me of that fucking Jet Li movie, The One. Fucking love that movie. Similar concept. Awesome fucking movie. If you haven't watched The One, go fucking watch it. It's really fucking cool. Okay. Who are trying to steal Stormrunner's gauntlets. In the fight, Stormrunner begins to unlock the full power. Okay, so that's gonna take a while to have the actual fight itself. Go, go, Puretide Rangers! Go, go, Puretide Rangers! My song's better, in case you guys are wondering. Just saying. Okay, in the fight begins to unlock the full power of the gauntlets. Okay. And taps into Boulder Fists. Ooh! Ooh, 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 ooh. I just had an idea. Just had an idea. So, what if the cultists that show up, they have armor or something from another breaker, and Boulder Fist is like, fuck that breaker. Like, you need to use my weapon now and break that armor. That would be cool. Maybe the gauntlet soaking blood of the fallen foe's temporary boost. That's good. Okay. So, when enemy blood touches them. Okay, also, enemy cultist has another breaker's armor piece. And Boulder Fist once it's destroyed. That would be pretty cool, actually, if the other breakers want. But then why would Varn have? Damn it. Okay, I like the idea of they want to destroy the other breakers' armors, but then why would Varn have all the other bits of the armors? Fuck it. Maybe just Boulder Fist wants to destroy the other ones. Go, go, Power Ranger. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Okay, got it. So, here's the idea. So, Varn, the reason why Varn is keeping the other sets of armor is because he's trying to find a way that instead of them sharing all that power equally, if he could have more of it, like if he could do something with their armors during the ritual, like if he's resurrected first, or maybe he wants to have it so no one can do the ritual. Either one works. Yeah, so he's more manipulative with his planning about why he's keeping the armors. Boulder Fist wants to just fucking destroy it. But you can't destroy it. That's the problem. Wants to destroy it. So this will be the Dragonborn breastplate that they have. Breastplate. Bum 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 bum. Bam! God, Sephrons, you are fucking on fire! She was the... Actually, yeah. So she was a berserker. So the other breakers were just like, oh, she's a fucking idiot. Like, she's just there to attack people. And, like, they thought they were better than her. Yeah. She was the brawn of the breakers. And the others did not respect her. So she wants the other suits destroyed. Bam. Sephrons, you are killing it today. And I'm so happy you showed up in the chat. Thank you so much. Okay. So in the fight, Stormrunner begins to unlock the full power when he taps their strength when the enemy blood touches them. It'd be really funny if the gnome used her. Oh my god. That's actually yep. Yup. Actually, that would make it funnier then. Interesting. So, that's a good question, Glaive. So, lowest or newest breaker, how long did the breakers die? So let's, and from what I'm gathering here, I'm going to say the breakers themselves have been dead for about like maybe a couple hundred years. But I like both. So she was the newest, she was the most recent one that was made into a breaker to get more power. But I love that idea that she fucking, yeah, okay, I got it, okay. So, it's the gnome breastplate is what she sees, and she freaks the fuck out because she hates the fucking gnome. Yes! Okay, and cool. So the breastplate's power is gonna be, it's worn by a gnome, but like it has the hit points of like a fucking like centaur, of like a fucking giant. It's like they're battering it, and it's like, why the fuck isn't this thing dying? And it's because of his fucking chest plate. But Boulder Fist is like, fuck this gnome. Yes, I love it. I love it. Hates the gnome in particular because it used her as his mount. Yes, okay, so like whenever they move places, he was like, yo, carry me there. And she's like, what the fuck? Okay. Yes. I love it. Oh my god, that's so, I have such a fucking cool idea in my head. Like, they're fighting cultists and like Stormrunner's like not doing too well, and like Bulletfist's like, fuck you, dude, I'm not helping you. Gnome comes around, fuck that dude. Yes. I love it. Yeah. Okay. So cultists starting to throw gauntlets. After the battle, Boulder Fist tells Stormrunner she will help him and not, I don't want to use the word bother, but I'll use the word, so not bother him. Like, she won't like fuck with his head as long as he continues to fight and destroy any armor they come across. Ooh, I had another cool idea too. What if, with Boulder Fist's gauntlets, if like during the final attack, if he punches the breastplate so hard that it like erupts, because like it's breaker versus breaker armor. You have an urge to stomp gnomes or just supposed to. Oh my god! Oh my god! That'd be so great! Anytime Stormrunner finds a gnome, he wants to fucking kill it. Oh my god, that'd be so funny! Alright, so I had the idea that when Stormrunner punches the breastplate, when it's breaker versus breaker armor, and like the hatred of Boulder Fist, it'll like evaporate the armor, and the armor will like disappear and like be banished somewhere else in the world. So it doesn't totally destroy it, but they have to find it again. Cool, yeah. And then everyone, so the rest of the party's like, why'd you do that? We could have used that. And he's like, why'd you do that? And he just turns to the group, fuck gnomes. Oh my god. Oh, I love that I'm sitting here in my office by myself, just fucking cracking myself up over just dumb shit. Oh my god, it's incredible. So Stormrunner punches the breastplate so hard it disappears in a flash of light and will reappear somewhere else across the land. Okay, just fucking spell. My god, disappeared. Okay. Because of the breaker versus breaker contact. Breaker versus breaker attack. Anytime a breaker weapon hits breaker armor, there is a massive energy discharge. Okay. And then this, so team looks to him. Why would you do that? We're trying to get the armor before the others do. Stormrunner looks back. Fuck. Gnomes. Oh, leave a... Oh, email sent. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Is that probably why my phone just buzzed? Let me double check. Ooh, game show. Interesting. Oh, wow. Thanks, man. Wow, I really appreciate that. You're a good dude, Andy. That's why I gave you the sword. Okay. Fuck gnomes. Shh, don't let people know that. Yeah, no problem. They start to expect things. Okay, so I think we've got a pretty good idea of definitely issue 1, definitely most of issue 2. So I know it's only been like an hour and a half, but I'm probably going to call the stream now, just because I have to get ready for my D&D game coming up soon, my in-person D&D game. But like I said, usually these comic streams are a little bit shorter, but I am glad everybody who showed up, because honestly though, I love having as many people show up to these as possible, because I think I have good ideas, but obviously, like, as you guys can see, chat has some fucking great ideas too, and I love being able to bounce things back and forth. I love being able to have that interaction. So, if you enjoy comics, if you enjoy my writing process, please do keep showing up. I'm also going to upload this to my YouTube video, and there's also... to my YouTube channel, and there's also, 3 or 4 up there already of me talking about previous ones. So, what I might start doing also is I might actually start, maybe once a week after when I get home from work, I'll do a quick comic book stream, just in case you guys are interested. So, I mean, I'll probably send a tweet out asking. But, I mean, if you guys like it, then, yeah, definitely let me know. Also, oh, thank you, Andy. I was just going to get to that. So, if you haven't already, follow me on my Twitter, which is now up there in that link. Also, you can join my Discord, where I have hopefully up-to-date reminders when I went live, except when I forget to fucking hit enter because I'm an idiot. And also, it's a good way to kind of talk back and forth. I have a whole separate Discord chat about comics in general. So if you want to talk about comics, maybe if you're writing comics, you want to bounce ideas off each other, that's the place to do it. But again, guys, seriously, thank you so much for coming to hang out. It really, truly does mean a lot. And until next time, I will catch you guys later. Bye!